Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Cool.
Oh, perfect. All right.
Okay. Okay. I'll just so right. I'm gonna share my screen.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'll go through like some of the basic stuff first, like your champion pool, your items, like what you're struggling when you're going through solo queue, and like what's your goal, like what are you trying to achieve with this session.
Okay.
Um, okay. Okay, so yeah, everything will be recorded. So like after the session is done, I will send you a VOD of it so you can look over it again. And yeah. So I'm gonna share my screen now. Share screen. Okay. You can see everything here, right? Hello?
I can
Okay.
wait. I know it works. I needed to mute the stream. That's not
Okay. Yeah,
working
yeah. Yeah, it will be
with the
double. Yeah,
delay.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So
Just got giga confused.
yeah, you're
Okay.
like, okay, cool. Um, So you can see everything here, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
the screen. Okay, cool. Um, so right off the bat, like I mean, is this your first session going on? Coaching
Yep.
session.
This is my first session.
Okay.
Not overall first coaching session, but with you, I mean.
Oh, with me, right. Of
Um,
course, of course.
I was a top lane main before
Uh
that,
huh.
and I had a few coaching sessions, but not too many.
Right.
Like actually 2 coaching sessions with 2 different guys.
Okay. Did they tell you anything? Like, did they tell you anything alarming or?
Well, the first guy actually looked over my gameplay and told me tips and stuff to do and such. And I actually achieved like Diamond 1 promos right after the coaching session.
Diamond one?
Yep,
Okay.
Diamond 1 promos. Like Diamond 1 promos was my all-time peak.
Wait, Diamond one or Plat one?
Diamond 1
Oh,
promos.
Diamond one Pro. Okay, right. Because
Yeah,
that's
yeah, yeah.
okay. That's really impressive. Okay.
And the second guy was just recently, and I actually paid for it. It was quite expensive.
Right.
I had like 2 sessions with that guy, and he basically said to me like all my fundamentals are wrong, and I was really discouraged after that.
Okay.
And actually basically quit top lane
Okay.
because I thought, well, maybe mid lane is the role for me. Maybe a
Right.
new role where I can just, I don't know,
Right.
start from scratch.
Okay. Why do you think that, though? Like, why do you think like mid lane is better than the top lane? Like, do you just think like, oh, this guy said my top lane is bad, so screw
I
top
was
lane.
top. I was top lane main for like 3 seasons right now,
Uh huh.
and I just needed some change because always when I played top lane, I got quite tilted from the game.
Right.
It doesn't
Okay.
happen mid lane anymore for me, so that's good.
So it's like kind of learning from scratch, and you're trying to pick up like what you missed out when you're learning top lane.
Yeah, definitely trying to just
Okay.
replace my bad habits with good ones, if that's
Okay.
possible.
That's fine. So like, what are you trying to achieve here? Like, are you trying to climb? Are you trying to go pro? Or are you like, what's
No, I'm
the?
definitely not trying to go pro, but maybe I would like to hit masters at least once.
Okay.
That would be like, that's actually my goal. Hit masters.
What was your peak?
My
Like Diamond one?
peak?
Yeah.
My peak was Diamond 1.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I don't think it's like too hard. Like that was when you're playing top lane, right?
Right.
Right. Okay.
That was top lane.
Okay. I don't think like you'll have like too much difficulties. Considering like you've already hit like Diamond one before. And also promos, right? Um, what I notice is like right now you're probably just playing a lot of different champions. Like there's no good consistency. Like some games you're going like 2-8, 9-15, 3-10. Some other games you're having like perfect KDA of 10-0, 9-9-7, 8-7. And these kind of score like even 16-3. So like what I think first and foremost is definitely try to have a better champion pool. So that will fix your consistency.
Yeah, my
And
champion pool right now is just actually when I'm tryharding Ori and Syndra.
mm-hmm.
So those are my go-to champions.
Ori, oh my god, I got draw, and Syndra.
Because I feel like they are fulfilling like somewhat of the same role, so
Right.
it's a bit earlier to learn for me. Easier to learn for me.
Yes, yes, yes. Because both Orianna and Syndra are well, they're both mages, right? But
Yep.
Orianna works much better when she's played as a control mage. She flourishes when she's placed in a position where like the enemy wants to do something, and Orianna is just basically the stop sign. For Syndra, um, Syndra flourishes much more in, well, again, they both function the right way, but since the nerfs, they are much more similar now. Before the Syndra nerfs, Syndra was actually much better in lane, but now they're kind of equal. But Syndra does excel at like just popping one guy, as you've seen with just one button, in pro play. But it's a good start for you for like Orianna and Syndra.
I
Um,
feel like just I force myself on immobile control mages so that I actually learn how to position myself on those champs,
right,
so
right,
that I
right.
don't get like, if I played LeBlanc, I always have this get out of jail free card.
Right, 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 right. Yeah, that's true. Like things like LeBlanc, Ari, Echo, even like Galio is not, well. They're not necessarily bad. It's just that yeah, it's like you said, they have a lot of get out of jail free cards, right? They have good wave clear, they have good CC, and you don't really need to put much effort into playing your champion to win the matchup most of the time. Clear example of this is just Galio. You like most of the Galio matchups. He doesn't really have any bad matchups, and he just plays the game for you rather than you playing the game, if that makes sense. Um,
Yep.
so I'm just gonna go through like have you seen any like Oriana guides or Syndra guides? Because like
I
right now
actually
I'm
I actually did, yeah. Like,
uh
do you know Coach Curtis?
right, of course, of
Yeah.
course.
Okay. Okay. This guy actually made a pretty good one.
Yeah, I agree. I actually think his content is really really detailed. So I actually think like he's really good at he's really good at explaining the very minor things. Okay, since
Yeah,
since you already
definitely.
watched that, I won't have to go through like the very minor details, because what I was gonna say, like with the runes, like Oriana obviously works best with phase rush, and then here, let me pop it up. So phase rush is good. You can get mana flow bad. You can get transcendence. There are times where you can go for scorch.
But I really don't like Scorch. I feel like Scorch is such a waste because just every game usually goes to 30 minutes, and
True,
if that happens,
true.
Gathering Storm is just so good.
Um, True, but Scorch. So there's two ways to see it, right? So obviously they are designed. Well, they function as they are designed, right? Scorch is in lane rune. You feel it much more when you're in lane, when you're trading a lot more. Gathering Storm just makes your lane kind of AFK because you don't care about, like, you don't care about getting poked out of lane. As long as you can hit like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, the value starts coming in. Um, so again, there's two ways to see it. Like if you take Scorch, you're very encouraged to trade more in lane. You're very encouraged to actually get priority first. Something that we'll talk about later. Um, with Gathering Storm, it's basically an AFK rune. It's not interactive, but it teaches you how to turn it out, because you really want to hit that 20-minute, 30-minute well, not really power spike, like time spike, I guess. So the AP value keeps coming in. With Inspiration, do you know how cookies work?
Yep. Well,
Uh,
like I basically know how they work. What is there to know? Like,
um,
I use them when I'm low on mana,
right, that's
and
really good.
I've lane sustain.
Right.
I think it's personal preference of me, but I
Mhm.
just take cookies in most lanes
Yeah, cookies
because it
are
just feels so good.
Yeah, it's really good because sometimes you're forced to like use your mana to shove the wave, and cookies comes in really clutch, especially when you're running low on mana. And then the rest of the runes in most of the runes in Inspiration are very like good. Because they're very consistent. Boots are obviously consistent. Stopwatch is always consistent. This is like also consistent. Futures market are only available to like certain champions. Things like Victor is really good, where you want to hit earlier power spikes. Um, and then the bottom tree is, well, except for
Yeah, I
approach velocity.
basically change it,
Yeah,
like
yeah. It's
Cosmic
like
Insight or
right. There's not much
what?
difference when you
Yeah.
look at these three. And then sometimes you can take attack speed. For if you want to auto attack more, especially when you're against melee matchups. Against melee matchups, you can go for the attack speed just to have a better laning phase. With Syndra, there's things like electrocute. There's things like sorcery into inspiration. The problem with going the problem with going domination is that you will run out of mana really fast before you get your lost chapter. So there are times where, like, let's say if you want to um, like spam a lot of Qs in lane, but ever since they nerfed her Q cost, it makes it really hard for you. Like, if you don't keep track of your mana, you run out of mana really fast. That's why, like, I see you're taking TP and cookies. Like, these help. But before you get, like, if you don't manage it well before you get lost chapter, you're gonna have a really really hard time. I would take domination too, but taking sorcery seems to be much more consistent, especially with face rush.
Yeah, everyone is taking Phase Rush, but I feel like Domination is just better in solo queue
Oh
because
yeah,
more damage is
for
better,
sure, for
I
sure.
guess.
Like, there are times like where I wish, like, oh fuck, if I had like dominate, or if I had electrocute there, I would have gotten the kill for sure. Um, but there are also times where I feel like, oh fuck, if I had phase rush or like mana regen rune or something, like 10% CDR, it would be really good. Oh, that's also another point I want to point out. With domination, you don't get the 10%. So it cuts you off from having 30% plus blue buff into 40%. So if you want to go for this route, you could ideally go for cooldowns on your rune stats. It's really underwhelmed this point here. Because again, this is a scaling rune, and we all know games tend to go to at least 20, like a decent game. Okay, I'm not talking about like fiascos where, like, in 10 minutes there's like 40 plus kills. Like, in decent
Yep.
games you would go like, maybe 20 minutes or 30 minutes. So going for if you want to go, like, if you really want to go for this, I really suggest going for this cooldown rune here, because having like 30% to 40% is really really good. That
Yeah,
is like
I will keep it in mind.
that is like yeah, that is if you don't have to buy Zonias or anything. Anyways, um I don't think I'll go through any other rune stats and whatnot. Item builds are really like they're very self-explanatory except for like Morello's and Leandri's. Obviously,
Yep,
like
but,
long.
but look at this enemy team. I usually don't buy the Morales if there is not
Yeah,
that
there's
much healing, but
Vladimir, Hecarim, Mundo. Yeah, like again, like, they're pretty self-explanatory. Like, if you want to get Morello, it's because the enemy has a lot of healing. If you don't have to get Morello's, Leandris is always really good. Um, just one final thing before we go. You can actually queue up now. Just one final thing.
Mhm.
Um, when you are buying like items, there's how do I explain this? So obviously your first item would be a lost chapter item, right? It would be either GLP, which is really good on Syndra, regardless of like whether you're taking, like, regardless of taking electrocute or phase rush, it's really good because it acts as a single proc. Um, so getting GLP on either phase rush Syndra or electrocute Syndra is really good. But the main thing I want to point out is that after your lost chapter item, you would like either get a so you either get Oblivion Orb into Morelos, or you either get Haunting Guys into Leandre's, which is perfectly fine. But there are some games where, like, you're like, I don't need the extra HP, and I also don't need the burn or the healing reduction, and going straight into Rabadons is really good.
I usually don't buy like second item Rabadons just because I don't feel like Rabadon's second item is that good. Just because we always thought you want to have decent AP values, so
Wait, what's
you
that?
you really you actually want decent AP values, so you get worth out of the passive.
Yeah, yeah. Morelos is Morelos by definition is actually the best. Um, it's the most slot efficient item, and it's also the best the most goal efficient value item, mainly because it only takes like 2 rods to build it, and the rods give you just raw pure stats. It doesn't give you anything extra. So once you completed it, it's very slot efficient. You don't have to like buy books or like ruby crystals. And you also get, like, the more AP you get, obviously the more AP you get, the more AP you get. If that makes sense. Uh,
Yep.
Basically, like, what I'm trying to say, like, there are games where if you look at the enemy team, they're like, oh, they don't have tanks, but they also don't have healers, and I don't really want to get an orb. Getting the death cap getting a rod, a needlessly large rod, is really good for two occasions. One is when you don't have, like, again, you don't have to buy the book or the mask. Two is when you're trying to slow the game down. Because having more AP means that you can clear easier. So getting rods when you're behind is actually not too bad of an idea. The worst idea is like that there was this one skill cap video where they're like, oh man, we're all fucking behind. What do we buy? Magi, never do that, okay? I don't know if you've seen that video, but there was like a skill cap video on that one. But anyways, have you queued up?
I found the game already.
Okay, cool. I will. Can you just share your screen? So
Yeah, I can. Give me a moment.
Okay.
I think you need to end it.
yeah, I ended my screen.
Okay. Do you see it?
Yeah, I think you have to. You probably
Right.
have to change the screen later because it will pop into the.
Yeah, I will have to.
Okay, cool.
Really just Orianna, Syndra here. One of those.
Yep.
Orianna's probably fine with Rengar too.
Oh yeah, for sure. It's fine Rengar, it's fine with Sivir. The insane move speed that you get from Sivir's R and your dissonance is really insane. Yeah, I think Ori with Rengar here is just like Ash is not gonna play the game at all.
Fun and interactive lane, I guess.
Oh yeah, for sure. you just yeah, TP is probably the best one here. Yeah, like in this situation, obviously you don't want to take Scorch because like you're not gonna
Doesn't make
interact
any
at all.
sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense exactly, right? But yeah, Boots is obviously fine here.
I think
Yeah.
like if I really don't need boots in lane,
Mhm.
I will just go for the boots run.
If you don't really need Boots in the lane, you would just go for the Boots rune. What?
Boots in lane, I will go for the boots rune. Like if I need actually boots to dodge skill shots or something,
Right. Okay.
I will buy them.
Right. Okay. Right.
Oh come on, please.
Let's say mid or I run it down. I've never played.
I'm not the toxic.
I've never played in EUS, so I don't know how things work there.
Dude, we run it down every game. It doesn't matter for those people.
Oh shit. I've played in NA. I've played in Korea, and like in Korea, like people run it down really often. But that's because like the game is 100% lost. Like they don't try. That's in Korea. Like if there's a chance of winning, they will try. But in NA, people just run it down. For the dumbest reasons, for the literal dumbest reasons. Getting coached, so I really appreciate.
Which is working. Let's see.
Jungle Lucian, holy shit.
But he's not answering.
I think you might have to dodge here.
Just lock Ori and just see how it goes.
Oh shit, you're gonna get reported. Oh no.
Yeah, but it doesn't even matter.
You're gonna get reported. Ever since they changed the quick, they're gonna all report you. You're holding them hostage. Oh no.
Fuck it, I report him back.
Oh my, what the fuck? Okay, sure.
I don't know. I don't know. I just dodged it if he.
Yeah. Holy fuck. Oh, look at this. Look at this guy. It's a game of chicken. It's a game of chicken.
Okay.
Nah,
Do we wait? Do we make him dodge? We make him dodge.
Oh my god, holy fuck. And then like both of you gonna go into the game, and then you're gonna. Oh my goodness, holy fuck! You guys are trolling. Oh, guys, can you? Tell your D3 coach to teach you dodging. We can report and drop. Oh my fucking god, I can't.
Oh, I hate this game.
It's okay. I mean, it's kind of lucky that you got jungle anyways. I think we'll just put a dodge on this one. Javi Chuela 2000. Let's check his OPGG.
But he's so confident in his solution. Come on.
Yeah, dude, he's fucking confident. Javila 2000, right? Javi Chuela. We make him dodge. Wow, what an alpha move. I mean, oh, I think he's a Smurf.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. Dudes
Oh,
in
wait.
EU West are just psychopaths.
Wait,
So
never.
probably no one will dodge.
Never mind. He's playing flex. He's a fucking psychopath. I was like, wow, he's winning like 10 games in a row. Oh wait, it's flex. Okay, never mind.
But why did the first game not go through? So sad.
It's a sign.
I dodged it 2 seconds. Let's wait.
Yeah.
Oh, but it's gonna be wait time. No.
It's okay.
Okay.
Oh, Pog!
Okay, we did it.
We did it.
Gamed the system.
Oh, Pog. Actually, Pog. Oh my god, you're actually so big brain. Wow.
but now I get banned for this.
I haven't actually seen people getting banned from from chat.
I've never seen it.
I've never seen people like getting like, oh man, fuck, I got banned from lobby. I'm like, don't think that happens.
But I mean, it's new, right? It's new, so
True.
probably don't see it.
Not yet. I guess Riot did say like, oh, they're testing this out, so we'll see like if it works. If it works, then they'll push it harder, or like much more strict rules. But yeah, let's hope you get mid here so we can get this session going. Oh!
We did it.
Alright, we won.
We actually did it.
We won. We won Worlds.
I don't know. I feel like big problem in my games. It's just that I often don't know where their jungler is. I feel like I don't lose lanes because my opponent outplays me. Like that should happen probably once in 50 games. But I often lose lanes because the jungler influences it.
Right.
And also late game I am sometimes a bit lost on what to do. And I just position really poorly in fights.
Right.
So I don't have that much impact. So like big problems, I feel like.
I believe like well, on the case of jungle tracking, that's usually like it's usually doable at level 1 with wards. You can just confirm where they start, like get a confirmation of where they start.
I check where they start and ward the opposing side.
Yeah, and then like you can kind of like time it out.
I'm like safe for the first few minutes, but after that I'm so lost.
It's also, well, it's again it's kind of a couple of layers. It's like, okay, which side are they starting? Where are you in the lane? And also like there's the third one. Fuck. I think it was like which side to start, where are you in the lane, and also like how easy it is for them to kill you, or to gank you, kind of. We'll go through that like after the VOD. Sorry, I didn't really want to first pick. It's fine. Another thing about like winning lane is obviously great, but sometimes you have to think about the longer game, right? Let's say if you're Orianna and the enemy is like, I don't know, fucking Pantheon or something, okay? You are very comfortable like just sticking the game slow because you know you scale much better than the Orianna, than the Pantheon. But let's say like if you're against Victor or like something that scales harder than you, then you're put in a position where you have to do something proactive, and you can't be too reactive. Yeah, it's definitely a.
Do I have cleanse here? Like cleanse is pretty good into Galio, no?
Cleanse is really good in the Galio. Okay. So usually you can take cleanse against Galio with phase rush. But ideally what I see people do is that they will, or like what I would do is that I would take a spell book, but don't take spell book here. Don't take spell book here because you're not familiar with it.
Played a few games actually.
Spellbook is really good.
Just to test it out. I'm more comfortable with Phase Rush, but yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe I take TP, right? TP could be
If
good.
you play cleanse, it depending on what you take. If you take cleanse, you play the lane very differently. If you play TP, you play the lane very differently.
What
If
do
you
you
take
say with
cleanse,
Phase Rush?
if you
TP
take
or Cleanse?
you can take TP. I think TP is better here because you're only cleansing the taunt, and I don't think that's good enough. If you're really struggling,
One
you can
thing.
go for Merc-Treads. You can literally first item Merc-Treads here. First item Merc-Treads is not bad because they have two
I see
reasons.
so many people actually go boots first, but I feel like that's so hard because your mana. Oh, what? It's actually
Hence,
Camille mid.
oh, it's Camille mid.
Crazy.
Oh fuck. You have to change the screen. Wait, they have like Karthus, Galio, Camille, Senna, and who? Karthus, Camille. Oh, and Ornn. Okay. All right. Cool. Damn, they flexed this. They did this
Quite
real
the
good.
tanky boys.
Yeah, this looks like a Leandri's game. They they don't necessarily will stack a lot of HP.
Tanky, but they have Senna, so Morales isn't that bad either. I don't know.
Senna's not good enough. Like Senna's only healing is her Q. It's not.
Do I
It's not.
take?
It's
Wait,
not good
do I
enough.
take refillable here? Could be
Refillable
good,
here is
right?
better. It's better here. It helps you trade better. Go in the lane, and then just stand in one bush, one river bush.
Against 90% Smurfs mid jungle. Okay.
Okay, fucking Galio Camille, fucking disgusting.
30 seconds.
You have to be a bit cautious here because he might start E, and if he starts E, you have to play backwards. Check what is their younger. Oh, okay.
Kindred, so not really good early. Karthus also can't really gank.
You either have to keep the wave in the middle, or you have to hold an early freeze. And I'll explain all these in more detail later. But the short reason is because if you let the Camille get priority, your Kindred will not be able to play the game.
Okay.
You can actually shove and get a bounce early. You don't have to shove hard, but yeah, it starts this. Pot. Oh fuck. Oh, Billy. He started top side. Karthus started top side.
Didn't even notice.
He's gonna do
But
two
can-
buffs. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay.
We can't win the 2v2 now. And my lane is pushing.
Flash. Oh fuck. Pot up. Oh, pop. Wait. Oh my goodness, this Jax is smurfing.
It's not good for me, right? The wave, it's so fucked.
It's fine because you can get this. You can shove this. You shove this, and then you base. You have to shove this right now because it's too big for the Camille to freeze and base now. Yep. Get a Dark Seal and yeah. You can wait for the boots. You can wait for the boots. Oh, you can even get boots. Yeah, just get boots.
I have boots.
Right. Okay.
Okay, it's fine, I guess.
Yep. That's fine. Look at your wave. Look at your wave.
It's fine. It's super fine.
I was gonna say like you could TP if it's not pushing too.
But dude, you can't do it.
Okay, you're fine.
They will fight it.
No, they're fine. You can roam
Ah.
there. If you can look at it. Look at it. Okay, they're fine. You can stay in lane. You can
Fine for me.
Yeah, you can
Okay,
stay in
okay.
lane. Holy fuck, there. Dude, what is this psychopathic
Oh,
commute? They're psychopaths. Holy fuck.
It's your best.
I mean, it's really good for you because the wave is like
It's
fucked
good.
for. Oh my god! Look at this! Look at this! Oh my god! Look at this Alistar! Look at this Alistar!
Is he big brain?
Go back! No! You have to go back to your lane. You have to go back to your lane. My bad. You have to go back to your lane
But
because
the wave is still fine, right? So,
it's gonna hit the turret really soon. Actually, it's gonna hit the turret right now. Oh fuck!
Please don't text my wave.
It's still bad. It's not as bad as the Camille, but it's still.
Oh no.
Oh no! Look at. Oh my god! What is this?
An enemy has been slain.
It's crazy. Okay, she got it.
Wait, no, go back to lane, don't fight this,
But they are fighting it. Okay.
No, fuck them. If you go back to lane and you shove this right now, Camille is fucked. Camille can't play the game.
Okay.
An ally has been
It's fine, like even if they die, it's fine, because Camille is really fucked. Yep. Just push this and base, and run away, yep. Okay. You're good.
Somewhere at the top. Why are they fighting?
Is this, I didn't know this was the Ionian server.
It's crazy. What is this game? It's. Aye. Okay. Oh, I'm 10 CS up. 20 CS at 5 minutes.
What is this 11 CS Camille, by the way? What is this low CS game? What the fuck?
I don't know. We are just.
Wait,
fighting.
is this Plat one?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay, you're in a really good lane state. You're in a really good lane state.
Yes, I am a weapon.
You can thin out the melee minions. You're good. No, you're good. Oh. No, don't walk back in. Okay, if Alistar is big brain, he will freeze it for you. Okay, he can't.
But he can't.
Oh, they're gonna feed. I
Can never do this.
I don't believe you have the damage. It's 6 minutes and there's 10 kills across the board.
Come to EU West.
I mean, like, in Garena this happens, but I imagine like a more advanced reach server would be not, not that fiasco.
Oh, but this is so ugly. And look at my wave. She's just recalling, and I'm so doomed. I can't play the game. Surrender 15. They are pushing it. I love it. Thank you. Why are they pushing it?
It's okay, cause you're Orianna, okay? You're gonna put that massive 5k later. You're gonna put that massive 5k Orianna out later. Yeah, you can definitely freeze this.
Right.
Sure. Pull it up. Okay. You should be fine. Like there's no way he's gonna pop up again. Like he has no mana.
Cancel the back.
Pot.
No.
No, you're fine.
I
You're
already-
fine. Shield yourself. You took a bit too much damage, but that's fine.
I can't last it for shit.
It's fine. You're okay. You're good. Stand slightly in front of the minions a bit, because some of them might be suicidal. Never mind. It's fine. Auto Q. This next wave will push, and if you see Camille on the map, you hard shove this.
Never.
Very trigger happy, huh? He might have veto range. Good. That's
okay.
That's pretty good.
An ally has been slain.
Big
Shove
shutdown.
this and go back.
Shove this, put a ward at Raptors, and then go back. Galio is still bot side, so you don't have to worry about bot side. What the fuck? You have to run.
I hate.
You're fine. He's not shoving this. You can put a ward down at like top side, like you can put it across the bush if you can. Never mind.
I hear soft things.
I was thinking like maybe boots would have been better here because you get to kite better.
T2 boots.
This is very
Don't know.
Tier 2 boots might be better here because you get to kite better. For bot, just shove the wave. Nothing you can really do.
Can they not die? Do I hard shove? I hard shove it,
Yeah,
right?
you have shove. Because Camille is committed to bot side. Hard shove, you can probably take one plating.
Reverse so dark.
Just like hit twice or 3 times and then you just run. Yeah, just run. Run. Put a ward in. Yeah. Okay. That's good.
Can I take it in time?
Takes. Yeah, you can probably. Yeah, you can.
Help him?
Wait. Okay. No, you should be fine. No, you're fine. You can go back to lane.
Okay.
You can go back to lane.
Can
Now
take
you
it,
have to
but
go back
it's
to lane. Now you're forced to go back to lane. Take the safe route. Don't.
Top.
Yeah. Okay, you should be. Oh, okay.
Can I?
Hold your Q until he hook shots. Hold your Q until he hook shots. What's up?
End it.
That's fine.
Wrong ping. But I didn't want to ping it. Ugh, whatever. That's okay. Can she kill me here? No, I don't think she can.
If she has
Flash.
maybe. Well, no, because you have face rush. She can't 100 to 0 you for free.
But she has ulti.
Yeah, she has ulti, but her ult can't 100 to 0 you if you shoot yourself and if you keep the ball on yourself because you get bonus armor from that. Karthus on top side.
But can she live?
She has ult. Okay, you can fight this. Yeah, you win this. No, she has ult. My god, the fucking globals.
But she has ult, I don't know. Yeah, didn't consider it.
My R will slime.
An ally has been slain.
I mean, it's kind of team gap, you know. Like their top laner came, the support, the enemy Senna ulted, so you know.
Yeah, actually should have been a fine fight, I guess. Do I TP here just to force her
No,
back?
no. There's no point.
Okay.
You look at bot. You can probably TP that. They're committing. Oh yeah. Okay.
TP?
That's fine. You pretty much like secure the kill because you cut off their escape path. Fuck.
We can just take Drake here, but
Yeah, you definitely take Drake here. But what I'm thinking is that you can probably shove this and you can take a plating. The only thing I'm worried about is don't try not to be topside pocket. The only thing I was worried about is if Camille like cheese the stay. But don't think she will. She has a lot of cash. Yeah. Don't stay. You can take Raptors. Your own Raptors.
Raptors, but Kindred wants them, right?
Fuck your jungler. Oh well.
Oh, they go AFK in the silo. Or in the server, if you fuck them.
chat. You're making it a bit too obvious. But the idea is right. That's fine. That's fine. You got a lot of free damage off. Pot up? Yep. Pink word. Shove this and look for rooms. It's kind of past. There's no point in like trying to freeze anymore. Yep. Yep. Oh boy. Oh. Okay. Okay.
I'm dead. Fuck it.
It's alright. We'll go through that later. Jax? This is not.
But he's in the card as ulti. Doesn't matter. And my kindred is, I don't know, in Mexico or something.
Okay.
I don't know. Where the fuck is she?
Click
I'm
tap.
so feeding so hard this game.
Just try first now.
Yeah,
I was
such a
wondering
big
like,
spike.
yeah, I was wondering like, she has Sheen. She probably has tried for a Sue. Cause she has seen like a couple like maybe 2-3 minutes ago, or like 5 minutes ago.
I mean, CS is so low this game, but on both parts. Oh god. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Look at your kindred. Look at your kindred.
And no,
She's fine.
she got this. I can take a bad trade here, right? And just heal up with the plant.
No, just don't shove the wave. Don't shove the wave. See what he does, then you decide. Like if he's not hitting the wave, then you can shove. Like if he's doing like something like this where he's AFKing to clear a stupid ward, then you can look for fights. Oh, get up. Get up. That's it. Nice. That's it, bro. Watch Cartus out him.
I'm fine with Gartus ult, right?
He's not.
Definitely not fine. Oh, but is the tower dying? Yep.
Yeah,
Okay,
Tower's definitely dead. Save shield.
can stay here. Fuck. I hate this dude.
You can't walk too far up, because you don't know where KU might be coming from, and you don't know if she has flash. Okay, he's bot side.
On and then back.
Yep, shove this and back.
Take Raptors.
You should base now, tempo. Because your next minion wave is already spawning. If you take Raptors, you have to stay for the next wave.
Okay, then I stay. It's fine actually.
Look
Can't
at bot
fight
side,
that.
look at bot, no, look at bot side, look at bot side. Bot side, bot side.
Can't really do anything.
Ah, now your tempo's a bit fucked.
Do not do it. He does it.
If you miss another, stop missing out. Stop being so trigger happy. You can hold your.
I don't know. I missed so many ults this game. I don't know. Get.
Could you not get mass here? Yeah, you can.
This?
Yeah, just get a mass. Mass is fine
But
here. Rabadon's is not bad as well, but you can get Rabadon's later.
I usually go either second item Oblivion or Spellbinder. Because I feel like Spellbinder is so good too. On Ori.
Spellbinder is a bait. Spellbinder is
Really?
a fucking bait. Yeah, it's a fucking
But
bait.
everyone buys it. Like
No,
even those good
just-
players.
Just because Power of Evil buys it every game doesn't mean it's good. No. Oh, you're in a really dangerous spot. You don't have information where they are.
Didn't push that or
Yes, you can, but this is actually really risky. Okay. Just play back to front, or like front to back. You don't have to. You don't really have to go
And
into.
but I don't feel
Put a
like this
ward.
is
Put
good
a
for
ward up top. Oh, he's going in. Rest in peace.
I guess it was not the fight we wanted. Yikes!
Not really. You got the Drake.
but I don't know. This Alistair just engaged, so
I know you got the Drake, Alistar engage. But I felt like your positioning could be better because we know that Camille's like coming from her blue side jungle. So ideally you want to position around her.
yeah. But I can't just walk into them.
Yeah, of course. You can't walk into them. That's why like you don't have to hard commit for that. Cause like that fight didn't actually have to happen. But obviously you know Alistar engage, right? But you also know that Camille's top side. So like you know that if you engage that fight, you 100% die. Cause Camille has a really good flank off you, off your team at least. At least. It's fine. You guys, if you guys can get Ocean, you win this, or you should win this.
So OP.
Don't walk up. Let the minions wait walk up. Because you don't know where Camille is. She probably needs to base, but you know, judging by the psychopath tendencies of this game, I can't confirm it.
FTP.
You can look for it. You can look top.
No. It's just bad.
Shove this, then you might be able to look for one. You need to run now. Okay. Shield. Ah, my flash. Okay.
Didn't flash it. Okay.
An ally has been slain.
Sell your pink ward for blasting one. Camille has no TP, right? Camille has Ignite, right?
That's square run anyway. My whole team died top.
Yeah.
Before. Do ATP to save the tower?
No, there's no.
That's fine. Okay. This game is so rough. I don't know.
You're making you're putting yourself in a lot of bad positions.
Yeah. I feel like that's a huge problem. But it always happens. Actually, it happens every game when I'm playing Ori.
Like these kind of like I won't call them mistakes, but like these are like kind of self-made errors.
I don't even know. I just feel like that I sometimes do not think about the game too much.
We'll talk about it later in the game. This game is still very winnable for your team.
Definitely.
But you have to respect the enemy, like, because they have a lot of catch, right? They have Ornn, they have Camille, Gallo kind of low key can engage. So like whenever there's no like vision on the map or on that part of the map, you can't really go there. This wave, you should just let it go. You shouldn't really push it up. Because they have Baron. Yeah,
Why?
they have Baron. Unless you see everyone. If you see everyone, then maybe you can. Yeah, then you can. Because you see Camille and Sin on bot lane.
Get this on my team to defend the push.
Yep.
I'd go to the checks, because
Defending this turret is actually much valuable than defending bot side. Than defending mid side. But obviously your team.
no one is defending anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say like obviously your team shouldn't let it go for free. Don't stand too close to the turret. Look at your team. F keys.
I'm just doing nothing.
Yeah, you can't really. Okay, walk up a bit. Okay, where's that 4K shockwave?
There it is. It was fucking. Ah, yeah.
Flash, flash.
It's still in. How OP is Baron?
I think this game is still savable, but gotta
Gonna be
really land
very
those.
rough.
You gotta really land those shockwaves. So far, the only good one was the one at mid. And well, we'll go through about it, but it's really rough. Like right now, your team just needs turtle, and somehow like hope to win a fight. And the way you win a fight is, sadly, you have to wait for the enemy to come into you. Oh.
Then hit a good shockwave.
Enemy killing spree.
What is it? Oh.
Fucking kick her out.
Team. What are you doing, team?
Okay, this game's kinda over.
It is very, very over. Yikes. Maybe.
Okay, if you can land a 5-man shockwave, then maybe.
Then it is maybe.
Then maybe. I've seen some very nasty Orianna comebacks. You could,
from me.
okay? You could.
Not from me.
You could ideally. What you could do is ideally. So let's say like, in a perfect world, they could all jump onto Kindred and they could all like stand in Kindred's like out, and the moment Kindred's out ends, you can pull a shockwave. That could potentially happen. Like that could be an opportunity. But right now, yeah, just hope for the best. You can put a ward at your entrance. Put a ball on Alistar, maybe he can get something on. Never mind. Senna fucks your team so hard.
Bring fucks our team. Mostly the brains of our players.
Boom. And he's dead. Oh.
Okay, fun game.
Mongo cow.
How fast the tides turn. Looked winnable until it didn't look winnable anymore.
Okay, we'll go through the game together. How do you feel?
Not very good. I didn't do anything in this game. Like I was useless as fuck.
Okay.
And just whiffed every ultimate, which is a bit unlucky for my champion, which is very ult reliant.
Okay. What do you think lost you this game? Aside from the ults.
Probably me pushing into territory where there's no vision and getting caught off.
Okay, that's kinda it. Okay, let me just pull up the VOD. I have it now, but okay, I have it. Okay, I'll share my screen, and hopefully you can see it. Share screen. Go live.
Yeah? Yeah, I can. Alright.
Okay, you can see everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna mute myself. I don't want to hear myself. Please. And who? Okay, there we go. Okay, so first things first. What do you think when you go into the game? Like, what's your thought process when you go into a game?
Mostly how I want to play a lane, and about the team comp. And I don't know who is a threat on this team. Like who is actually able to carry the game? What is somewhat my game plan? But for me, the game plan is.
You're thinking like way too out of your lane. Like what you should be thinking just in your lane for now. Like when you enter a game, try to think about just your lane. And like right now, in Champion Select, we don't know like if we're against like Galio or we're against Camille, right? But like in lane right now, you know like what's your laner is, right? It's gonna be Camille. So a couple of things whenever you head into a game is that you have to think about like mainly these three things, okay? Number one, is your 1v1s and your 2v2s. 1v1s being, you and the enemy, and 2v2 is you, your jungler, and against the enemy and their jungler, and who wins. By default, how you win. Hold on, let me put my fucking pen here because that's the recording. By default, how you win 1v1s is usually like it depends on whether can you get the wave pushing first. Obviously, like she could do the E cheese onto you, but because you have pots, you actually trade evenly. You have pots, and then you can auto her. For Orianna, it's not too bad because again, Orianna's passive, right? So you need to think about these things, right? 1v1s and 2v2s. Number two is how comfortable you are in lane. Comfort. This is important because like before we start the game, I explained something like, okay, let's say you're Orianna and you're against Pantheon, right? You know that Pantheon needs to do something before he scales the fuck off. But you don't have to do You don't have to do too much. You can just literally freeze the wave and say, oh, if Pantheon is just gonna roam, I'm just gonna freeze, and if he's gonna hard commit to a side lane or something, or if he dies, I'm gonna shove the wave. Then you're gonna slowly win the game from there. You don't have to hard commit for anything.
Just because I outscale him. But in this case, I don't even outscale her. Like
you don't outscale her too hard. But
I think
you scale.
Yeah. No, I don't think. I think those champs scale actually quite even.
Yeah, you scale quite even, so you're actually okay in this. Like you're even, right? You're not feeling too high, but you're also not feeling too low.
Okay.
And then third is CC. This is really important, especially when you go into team fight, or skirmishes later. So the best example I can give is let's say you're playing. Okay, let's say you're playing Orianna, and let's say the enemy has like Galio, right? You have to know whether Galio has his taunt before you can like hard commit into their faces. Or you have to know where the Galio is, or you can even say like, oh, you have to know the Galio have ult, because there are some cases where Camille could just ult you and Galio ults you and you always die. But another point of this is also like you need to know like which team has CC and which type of CC is good for your team and which type of CC is bad for your team. Good for your team meaning like obviously Jack's Counter Strike is really good. Alistar's headbutt combo is really good, and you have a soft CC with your ult and your W. These things are things you can work with. The enemy things you can avoid are like Camille's hook shot, or like try to avoid by either like sidestepping, flashing away, or not even being in that position. Camille's hook shot, Galio's flash taunt, Galio's knock up, Galio's ult, Senna's W. Who else? Like who's their top? Ornn's. Well, you can't really avoid Ornn's out, but those are some things to keep in mind. So whenever you head into a game, these are the three things you should try to keep in your head, as much as you can.
Okay.
Okay. So when you approach the lane, remember how I said like, okay, can you win the? Should you push or should you not push? In this scenario, if you start the queue, you have the ability to push. So you have the option to say, okay, I want to push, and I want to prevent my jungler from getting 2 PI. This creates a situation where if your jungler gets invaded, you can help first, and if your jungler wins, you have a really good game to play. But in a scenario, let's say if she pushes and you allow her to push, and if maybe the wave is too big for you to freeze, you always 100% lose the game because you know how weak Kindred is, and Kindred only gets weaker when she's weak. These are like, it comes from experience.
But what do you do like in scenarios where like playing against someone that has kill threat on me, but I also want to push? Like, let's say enemy has a Talon or something.
Z? Let's say Z, right? Z is kind of hard.
Z.
Matchup.
Z is a really shitty matchup for Orianna.
Right.
I want to push him in, but he can just take good trades on me when I push him in and like take 3 trades with his W, and then I'm just dead.
Okay. So let's
How should
like,
I handle that?
are we talking post 6 or pre 6?
Pre 6 is fine, right?
Right. Pre 6 should be okay, right? Post 6 is where you start, like, where the enemy Z has like Q pressure on you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna like break it down really, really, really detailed, right? So how does Z kill you? Like, realistically, how does Z kill you in lane?
Z kills me. He takes a few trades with his W, and then he just, when I'm like, I don't know, 60-70% HP, he can all in me with ulti.
Okay. So he has to interact with you first, right? He has to like W on. He has to like hold on. He has to W E and then Q into you, right? These are the things he has to do. Like, these are the conditions he has to meet. Also, well, not optional. Like, alternative conditions are also like, if you don't have E as Orianna, if you don't have exhaust, and if you haven't gotten your Seeker's Arm Guard yet. These are the conditions he has to meet. I
usually take what's it called, barrier into set, but it's
barrier
fine, right?
is.
You can't kill me through barrier either.
I believe exhaust is better because exhaust is 3 seconds, and his ult is 3 seconds. So if you use it 0.5 seconds after he ults, he actually deals no damage, especially like just level 6. Obviously, like, if you have Seeker's Arm Guard, it's actually impossible for him to kill you unless you run into him. So in these kind of scenarios, let's say Z is here and the wave is like, so this is your wave, and then this is their wave, okay? You know how to play around cooldowns, right? Like, if he Qs, you know you can walk up, or if he Ws, you know you can walk up, right? One thing you can do, and this is what I would always do when I'm against Z, but it takes some time, is spacing yourself from his W. You want to bait, like, obviously you don't want him to push back the wave, so ideally you want to stand like outside of your wave and walk into him, like wiggle around him, and see if he actually throws out his W. If he doesn't, use your cooldowns on the wave first, and if he doesn't respond anything, you back off and then wait for your cooldown to come back up. There's a lot of layers, but these will all work. Like, number one, if you don't want an interactive lane, and like uninteractive. Like, there are ways to do this. Okay, if you just want to shove the wave and play for the late game, you don't want to keep the wave in the middle. Does that make sense? Okay. Like, number one, you walk up outside of the minion wave, so he doesn't hit the minion wave and you at the same time. Number two, use your abilities on your wave. It's either use your ability on the waves, or well, you can interchange, right, in number 2 or number 3, or bait his W out, or like bait his cooldowns. See what he does. Like, you can kind of test the waters with this.
It's like I can't one shot the wave with one ability rotation.
Yeah, of course.
I can when I have the AP, but let's say it's like level 8 or something.
Right.
I have like few M-toms or something, and then I just walk to the wave and use my abilities on him and can't one-shot it. The problem is, if my abilities are on cooldown, I'm just fucked. I can't take last hits or something.
Yes, of course. That's why you have to back off. You have to know when to walk backwards. I can't do one-on-ones with you, and it would be so much easier if I could. But like, the idea here is that you want to weave in like abilities or auto attacks onto the wave, so your wave will slowly push. Obviously, like, obviously it's much. Yeah, you're saying?
Can I make like a account on the KURAI servers? I can't, right?
You can, but the ping is like 180, so it's like super high. I should make a video on this. The idea here is that you want to like this is not really realistic, because like, again, Z, you really just want to freeze it here because he can't do shit against you. But ideally, if you want to push and just roam, okay, you want to bait out his abilities and see what he does with it. It's kind of like playing chess. Do you play chess?
Yep.
It's like,
I
let's
do.
say if you move one move, your next move will depend on what the enemy does, right? Like it's not always gonna be the same. It's not like you move pawn, he's gonna move pawn, right? I mean, not the first move. Like if it's not like, oh, if I move like my chess piece into this spot, he's never it's not like he's always gonna move that same move. Does that make sense?
Yeah, actually does make sense. Okay.
Right?
Got you.
You kind of test the words like, oh, I think this happens with grandmasters, chess players, where they will try to see, okay, what the enemy does, and if he makes a bad move, he will play accordingly, and if he makes a good move, he will also play accordingly. It's kind of the same concept, if that makes sense.
Good players actually test how the enemy will respond,
Right,
and then
exactly.
play
Like,
accordingly.
right,
Like play
'cause-
a bit less respectful if they know the enemy
right,
doesn't make the right moves.
you can push a bit further, right? You can push your leads further. So in this specific example, right? Let's say you walk up, okay? And let's say if he's like, oh wait, Orianna's walking up, I'm just gonna throw a Q at you, okay? Then you know, okay, this guy's fucking bad because he just wasted his Q. Okay, obviously if you get hit, that's different. Okay, that's your on you. But if he throws Q and you dodge it, you know that there's a time gap between 4 to 5 seconds. Fuck my life. Between like 4 to like 5 seconds that he can't realistically trade equally with you because he's maxing Q and his main damaging spell is on cooldown. Right? So you can walk up, shove, like weave in auto attacks and shove the wave. But like this is very specific.
So basically I want to wait his cooldowns if he ever uses them, and then I'm free to.
Then you're free to walk
the
up because
rest
he
of the
can't
wave.
trade. Yeah, he can't trade against you. If he uses his cooldowns, what is he gonna do? Oh, fucking like W auto you? Okay, you have face rush. Then you just kite him.
Okay. So my plan is if I want to shove the enemy in, but not interact with him, I go use my abilities on the wave, wait it out until
Yeah.
my abilities are back on off cooldown,
Yeah,
and then I just kill the rest of the wave, right?
yeah, but realistically, the only time this really happens is if like after laning phase is over, or like when both of you have your first items. Because realistically, before like 10 minutes, the wave will either be shoving towards you. Hold on. It will either be shoving towards you or it will be shoving towards him. Like the wave will stack. It's very rare that it will meet in the middle because both of you don't have enough wave clear to instantly clear the wave for it to meet in the middle. Does that make sense? Hello?
Yeah. Do you hear me right now?
Yeah. Did what I said just make sense? Like.
Yeah, it does make sense.
Yeah, because both of you
understand
can't
what
just
you're saying.
instantly clear the whole wave for it to reset in the middle before getting like any good items.
Okay, now the other side, like, let's say I am the stronger champion. I don't want my enemy to instantly clear the wave. I want to punish him for clearing the wave.
Okay.
What do I do? Do I just slow push the wave, go for last hits, and then trade onto him when he goes for the wave?
If you're stronger by what? Like stronger by items or stronger by champion?
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I am the one that had actually pressure on my opponent because I'm stronger.
Okay,
let's say I'm Orianna and I have like half an item up on my opponent, or like I am set and I just have kill pressure on my opponent. So like it's the same scenario, right? I punish the enemy for trying to go for the wave, right?
Yeah, of course, for sure. Like if you can, you should.
Yeah. So how will I achieve that? Will I actually just wait for him to try pushing the wave, right?
In this scenario, he probably won't even want to push the wave because you're half an item up.
Okay.
Realistically, right? So let's say you're half an item up, okay, and let's say like there's waves here again, right? Realistically, what will really happen is that he would try to Q just to get back at you, or like Q the wave, Q the minions just to try to farm back. And what you should be doing is play on your strong side. So you ideally would have like a pink down like in either one side of the jungle, and you'd be playing in your strong side. That way, that even if they come for a gank onto you, you can just go to your strong side.
Okay, so I basically want to slow push the wave and try to punish him while also being near my jungler. Okay.
That's if you want to have like interactive lane. Like that's if you can kill him under turret, or force him for a base. If you can't either kill him or force him to base, there's no point. Then it's much better to just look for a slow push into a roam. Because the only time where you really want to push into their turret is either you want to kill them, dive them, or force them to base. Or force them to have a really bad base. That's the only time. If you can't achieve either of those, plating sometimes helps, but not most of the time. Plating just baits you into dying. That make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
So those are my win conditions for the lane.
Yeah, like thing is like you have to think it this way, okay? Why do I need to push? Do I really need to push him in, or can I just hold the wave in the middle? If you're very comfortable, like again, the second part, right? Comfortability. If you're very comfortable, why do I have to push in? Why do I have to make myself walk the whole long lane for them to like, hey, Orianna's right here, just kill him, right? You can just I don't even wanna, like, I can just hold the wave here. I don't really want to push it in. There's no way you can kill me if I'm this close to the turret, and just play it safe and just scale up. If you want to push it in, obviously like you should punish when you can, but if you can't find opportunity to punish, you should play defensively. You don't have to force things.
Okay.
Especially if you're playing on a scaling champion. Like if you're on Pantheon, then I understand. But like if you're something like Syndra, Victor, Orianna, and Zareth, why do you need to force things? You can just literally play the game slow and play it out.
Okay, but let's say I have a freeze in that position, right? I'm in front of my tower. I froze it at the walls here, right?
Mhm.
And they go to roam. They disregard the wave. What do I do? Do I let them roam,
You shove.
or
If-
just hard shove and follow?
If you see that they're committing hard for the roam, like you literally see them on the map, you shove. You shove, you
Okay,
get plating.
because as a top laner, I would have just kept up the freeze because it would have, like, if my, I don't know, enemy just did some random roam in mid lane or something and I had a freeze, I would just keep that freeze because I could punish them so hard.
I believe it's much easier to not fuck up top lane freeze. I believe
Yeah,
that's
definitely,
the case.
definitely. It's so easy to fuck up freezes on mid lane.
It's
Like,
so easy because it's very close.
I can't freeze for my life in this lane.
Right, it's very close because ideally you want to hold the wave actually here and not here. You don't want to hold
top
the wave.
laner was
here.
like a master freezer. But
Yeah, you can.
in mid lane,
I think
know.
in top lane you can perma freeze. It's very easy to perma freeze. But in mid lane you have to be more careful. In top lane, the thing with top lane is like, okay, here let me ask you a question, right? If you're freezing and you see an enemy TP bot, what would you do?
If they TP bot, I would push it in and get play
Why?
and then take it back. Because I know there are time until they come to lane, like they fight for like 20 seconds and then he has to walk like 35 seconds back to lane. It's so much time for me to actually push.
Okay.
And take something.
That's half of it, but the other half is also you push because you want to get a base off as well, because you want to buy items. Because if you just freeze it, you will get a lead, yes, but because you haven't spent your gold, you're actually weaker than the enemy because he already spent his gold because he TP'd and kind of got a base off. Does that make sense? Kind of the same thing with mid lane. You can perma, you can hold the freeze really long, but once you need to base, you need to know how to push it in and get a base off.
Okay. And since I am a mid laner and I actually have good wave clear in most cases, I should like always punish them by crashing the wave.
If they roam, yeah. If they're not in lane, if they're not in lane, just push in the wave, get a plating, and get the fuck out. Obviously, this also yeah.
Because as Orianna, it's so much easier like to push a wave than let's say Jax or something, or Camille. I don't know.
For sure. Yeah, for
if
sure.
If they are on top, they have like need to actually take time to push the wave.
Oh yeah, before they get Tiamat. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I see your point. I will try to do that.
Yeah, like of course, like this depends on several other things as well. Like it depends. Like let's say if you're freezing this lane, or like if you're holding a really big freeze here and they roam, okay, but you have no vision at all. And let's say it's not Camille. Let's say it's Kiana, right? This is much more common. Let's say it's Kiana. you hold the wave here, and you have no vision of where she roamed to. In this scenario, you want to freeze the wave longer until you get information of like, oh wait, she's roaming bot. I can see her at bot, and she's committing for bot. Then you, by committing I mean like literally trying to fight your bot lane or kill them. Okay, that's like hard committing. Then you can shove the wave and get a free base off. That way, you won't just walk up and like they could just like pull this off like this. They're like it kind of happened here, here. Yeah, this. Like this here, this was kind of bad because there's no, like, look at your lane, right? There's no vision. Okay, and this wave is like slow pushing, so they can realistically just sit in a bush and then just kill you again.
Yeah.
I mean, this I feel like this is kind of my bad because I didn't tell you because I was thinking of it.
No, but it's fine, right? I need to think of this myself.
Yeah, but this happens much more often in well, I don't know how high low EUS is, but let's say like that in Challenger, this will very likely happen every game.
Oh no, I think EU West is like considered quite a good server, I guess.
I feel that way too. I feel like EUS is much better than NA. Oh fuck, I just said it on stream. Oh well.
Better than what?
Better than NA. I don't know. Like
Yeah, but that's not even a question, right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean, has NA won worlds? I don't know.
Yeah, NA is just.
NA is just a wildcard region.
Shit Java.
Okay, but anyways, the whole idea here is that oh, this is also something I want to talk about. The whole idea here was that like when you push up, you have to keep note of what can realistically kill you. The best example I can give you is Pyke. Pyke punishes things like mages really well because what Pyke can do is Pyke can get Mobies early, like Pyke support. They can get Mobies early. You don't see enemy in mid lane, and you're like, oh wait, enemy's not in mid lane. I can push up and get a plating, and like fucking Pyke appears with his W sound effects on, and then you die, and you're like, oh fuck, Pyke is in mid.
Too many times.
Yeah, too many times. Like, I'm pretty sure it has happened to you. It's because it happened like a shit ton for me. So you have to consider these things. Like, okay, Pyke is the number one example I can think of, but like starter things could be like Leona, Bard, Alistar, Thresh. These are the things you can consider. Like if they are not appearing in bot lane, you have to play a bit smart. Because it's not your win condition to get platings. It's your win condition to scale into the late game.
Basically, before I touch the wave, I just think about what can happen while pushing this wave or how I wanna play this wave.
Slightly, because you want to, before you move up this line here.
Okay.
Before you move up this line, you have to think how they can kill you, realistically. I repeat the word realistically a lot because I don't want to say like, oh, so, but what if KURAI, but what if all of them flash from this Raptors and kill you? I'm like, well,
that would be
win,
sad,
I guess.
but...
Then they win, I guess. I mean, sure, I guess they win then. But yeah, like realistically, when you push this wave, you have to look at, okay, do I have vision on one of my sides? Where is their support or jungler? And how easy is their support and jungler to kill me if they appear? Get it?
Yep.
Okay, cool. Okay. So I'm just gonna put this out. Like right here, I don't want to say like, oh, what, you could have played this much better because realistically, like you can't really, because if he starts E, he can just do this most of the time unless you know where he is from and you stand on the other side. That way you can probably avoid this. But if this happens to you,
that is probably just my inexperience with this matchup because
yes.
I don't play versus Camille.
Yes.
Mid lane.
That's your inexperience, but
and also I could have started E and that would have been so much better, I guess.
It's fine if you start Q, but what you could have done with the opening is that you could have held your Q first.
Okay, and wait until his
and wait until the spell shield goes down.
That was just panic. That was just panic from me.
I also believe that taking Scorch would have been fine here because it's very easy for you to proc Scorch in this matchup. It's very, very easy.
Yeah, but I was expecting to play versus Galio, actually.
So. Even for Galio would have been fine, but that's not too big of a point. The main point here is that if she does this to you, you have to immediately start chugging pots first. So your autos will actually hurt. Well, your autos will kind of hurt more because you have burn autos. Right here you could help the Q, and then wait until her spell shield goes down, and then you Q her. But again, because you potted
hit
late.
her. I hit her with one pot auto, I guess.
Yeah,
Like the last auto was on pot.
Yeah. You could have like hit her for like maybe 3 with burning autos.
Okay, that would have been maybe like, I don't know, 10 damage more.
8 to 10, like not too noticeable, but at level 1 it's pretty noticeable. Anyways, like this kind of shenanigan happens. I believe right here the right move would have been to actually get level 2 first, because you're 1 minion away from level 2. If you get level 2 first, then only roam, it would have been fine. This
minion
is
wave. Can you check the minion wave? Is it actually possible for me to get minion to level 2 and then
yes.
get to there?
Look at this, right?
This is pushing, alright,
Yeah,
alright.
it's pushing.
No.
It's pushing, right? This whole wave right here will hit this minion, and all you have to do is continue to hit it. If Camus, like, you could argue, oh, but what if Camus jumps on me again? Okay, she's gonna tank like 6 minions here with you potting up. Sure, I'll take that trade happily.
But even then, she wins the trade, no? She just wins it.
No, because
If
you
she
kite her.
just is in and runs out, she wins it.
Yeah, but you have face rush, you kite her, and you have autos, and you have pots. The reason
Okay.
why you take corrupting potion, is because you want your trades to be better.
Okay.
You want your autos to be better. It helps your trades a lot, like quite noticeably noticeable. It's also the reason why like Dopa takes whenever he's playing like against a Fizz, he takes corrupting potion. Well, he takes the corrupting potion a lot of time, but the main reason why he takes corrupting potion is because it helps TF's weak level 1 to 3 to trade better. But yeah, right here you will just 1 CS away. You can ideally just like wait it out and just get level 2. Because if you get level 2 here, this would have been played out super differently. You would have hit level 2. You would have like much more stats, and you would have been able to just play this like much better. Just play it more aggressively as well. I actually believe like not fighting this is the right move, because after you kill Karthus, there's no reason to fight this.
Then I would walk into Karthus again, and would have been actually really shitty for me.
Yeah, for sure. So right now, because the wave is so big, you can actually just get a recall off and get a corrupting Dark Seal and upgrade your pots. Base here, and then you can just get a base off. It's not that great for you because you kind of lost like half a wave. But because you can get a base off first, you'll be able to get back to lane first to hold the freeze. So you can get boots and Dark Seal here. And
I feel like actually buying Seeker's Armguard in this lane would have been better.
Armguard would have been fine. Yeah, actually, it would have been fine, but the problem I'm thinking is like, okay, but you're against Karthus, and you're like, what I'm trying to say is like, you're against an AD mid, but you're against an AP jungle.
Yeah, we are pretty much against an AP comp, but the thing is, even if I get Hourglass later, it's pretty good against Karthus. Yes.
Yeah, it's not too bad. But it's not a bad item. I don't discount it like, oh, you shouldn't get it at all. I think it's not a bad item. I think it's a good item. Probably I actually think it might have helped you a lot in lane as well, because you're trading blows for blows, right? Alternatively, you could also go for Ninja Tab Eyes. Alternatively, because the main point of Camille is that
I don't like Ninja Tabis on
Orianna. You
mages
don't like
that much.
it can be really good against things like Yasuo, Zed, and Camille. Auto attackers. They're
buying
really
Ninja Tabis into Yasuo is a thing.
Mhm.
Is Ninja Tabis into Yasuo better than getting Seekers?
Seekers would never be a bad item. That's especially when you're against
Seekers
ADs.
is a pretty good item.
Seekers is a
all,
fucking amazing
good,
item.
efficient.
Oh yeah, for sure. It would never be a bad item. That's for sure, right? I think you're right. Actually, you're right. This matchup, you could probably have went Seekers here, and it would be probably much easier for you to trade.
Yeah, I was about to buy the cloth armor instead of the boots, because I think movement speed is not that great against her.
Movement speeds. It's not good.
I mean, she trades onto me with E,
yeah,
and my boots won't help me to avoid her E.
it will help.
But I have phase rush after, right? She
Yeah.
trades onto me with E, and I can phase rush out even without boots.
Yeah, like the movement speed helps you kite better if you can use the movement speed well. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But you're right. Getting Seekers here probably the better option. Right here, what you could have done better was that actually, like, the wave is moving towards you. You can try to tin out the melee minions first. I believe you have the way to actually wait it out. Like, obviously it's like hard to say, right? Like, what if my team died and I actually didn't roam first, or like I didn't roam fast enough, and if I roam fast enough, I could have saved my team. When this happens, you have to think about result oriented plays. Fuck, I forgot the whole term, but it's like oriented results. Result oriented play. Yeah, sorry, right. Okay, result oriented plays. Basically, what it means, like, if 100 times this happens, what's the most consistent result? If 100 times this happens, okay, if you go to roam like this 100 times, sometimes you might get the kill, sometimes you might not get the kill, and your team gets fucked. But what is consistent is this wave here.
Yeah, but it's still there, right?
Yeah,
If I go roam, and it should be still there.
It's still there.
And I wasn't expecting it to just hard crash, right?
If
I
you
was
stay for
thinking
too
I
long,
could go roam and it will be like that. It would be a disaster if I roamed down and died. And, yeah,
of course,
that would have been a disaster.
Of course.
But that didn't happen. Like, I roamed down there and caught most of the wave.
Yeah.
So I think it wasn't that bad of a play.
Kinda most, but because there was also another factor where Kindred like passed over, so you actually did like just 50% of the wave. But ideally,
XP wise, yeah.
Yeah, like ideally you want to like try to thin it out by a bit and just make the enemy have one extra minion, just +1, and it'll be fine.
Okay.
Because there's like 6 here, there's like 3 here, 4 here, and 1 more here, and you have 6 here. So it's like 8, 8 minions against 9, 6 minions against. Oh fuck, I can't fucking count. 6 minions against 9 minions. If you just tin 2 out, this wave would just slow push into you for quite a while.
Okay.
But yeah.
I see.
Okay.
That would probably be the better action because I even turned around there, but I did nothing.
Because it's
like,
very
look
consistent.
at me running around like a
Yeah.
stupid chicken.
Yeah, you're very confused because like you're not sure, like, is my team winning? Is my team
one
losing?
side, my wave is. I want this wave. Other side, they are still fighting.
Yeah, I know.
I
Like,
just didn't expect them to fight.
Like, this happens a lot of times. Like, not even just you. Like, a lot of players have this trouble, struggling to like, should I go there? Should I not go there? My best answer for them is look at your wave and decide. If you think your wave is not gonna crash fast enough, then go. If you think your wave is gonna instantly crash, fuck your team. Because it's much better that your whole team dies than you screwing up your lane and you can't play the game at all. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, because I should be looking for myself.
Yeah. You like I get it. Like, a lot of people are like, I want to help my team, but you can only really help your team if you can help yourself by getting a hit first. And after this, you should definitely go back. Like, I don't know what your cow is on, but holy fuck, this fight was long over. Like, just tell your cow to fuck off and just go back to your lane.
Psychopath.
I don't.
He wants their asses.
Jesus Christ! Like, you should also like not walk in as well, cause like you should know. Like, after this point right here. Fuck. What the fuck?
So, but this is basically fine. Like.
Yeah, like after
how much
here,
of the wave I catch.
You need to look at the wave. But if you actually go back, if you go back now, you would have gotten the whole wave for yourself, and your kindred would not be sharing XP.
Okay, but I feel like this would not be a bad play. Like, in most cases, I would play it out like this. In most cases, I would say this is just a fine.
Yeah, because this time you didn't die. If you died, then you would have probably said, in most cases, I probably wouldn't have played it out like this.
Okay, fair enough.
Right? Like, this, the only reason you're saying that is because, I didn't die. But if you died, you lose this whole wave, it's gonna push back, then how you play the game? You can't.
Like, look at her fighting again, I don't know.
Yeah, and then you just say, well, I guess she's fucked, because my wave, I didn't come back to freeze my wave properly. or you didn't come back soon enough. Yes, you got half of the wave, but look at this, right? When you came back, okay, like this whole psychopathic thing. Like look at when you come back and look at where the wave is. If you have came back like just 2 or 3 seconds earlier, I'm gonna perfectly freeze the frame. If you came back,
I could have also frozen that, right?
yeah, frozen
It would
here,
have been so good.
and then Camille would be fucked. Like she would not play the game at all. She would just AFK because she can't play the game. Yes, you could argue, like some people could argue, hey, but I need to help my jungler. And you can help your jungler, by getting a hit and then carrying the game by yourself. And that's why I
Okay, so
always try to say,
basically, I want to blame more for myself. I
yes,
just want
at least during the laning phase. Obviously, like this varies from elo to elo, because in high elo you always want to try to help your jungler as much as you can, especially in matchups where they have to win the jungle matchup. Otherwise they lose. But in lower elo, like plat or like below diamond 2, you can have more leeway in doing this, because by doing this you cut the enemy a lot. Like this is basically FF for the Camille. What is she gonna do? She's losing cannon. She just died. If she fights again and if she dies again, she's basically inter. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
this
yeah,
would be so rough for her. Okay.
yeah, okay, you like right here. You get most of the wave, which you get the wave like getting like kind of shared EXP, 2 of it. But can you imagine if you just held the wave? Like, what is the Camille gonna do? And this is always consistent, because by the time you left the wave, it was slow pushing towards you. But what is not consistent is that fight that happened in bot lane. It could have went 50-50. Notice like how consistency is very important in this game. Like even here, you don't have to go. You don't really have to go. If she dies, she dies. She got her scuttle. Cause think about it, right? Even if you go, what are you gonna do?
Back her up.
Yeah,
I
but
guess.
look at Kindred's here. Kindred's here. Camille is here, and Karthus is here. Do you think Kindred is gonna walk back to you, or do you think that you are able to reach Kindred in time before Karthus chunks you first, or before
I
they
think
turn back into you?
at that point, I wasn't thinking. I guess
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just saw she was in trouble and I wanted to help her.
Yeah, you're playing by instinct, and that's really bad. And you never really want that, because right now you're saying like, oh, fuck, my wave is slow pushing, but fuck my wave, because I gotta help my jungler, right? Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like she got her scuttle. Like once she gets her scuttle, if I were you, the moment I see her smite the scuttle, I'm like, okay, she got it. Fuck it. If she dies, she dies. I don't care, because I know my wave is in a really good spot, or like in a pretty bad spot, and I have to shove it. Right now, Camille is fucked. If I shoved this earlier, I would deny like half of this wave right now, and she can't play the game, or like she'll be quite behind.
Yeah. Now she catches most of. Okay.
She catches
I
like
see.
half of it. Like I kind of understand. Like it's understandable that you want to help your jungler, but please, like, when you have to be selfish, you should be. Like you have 20 CS at like 5 minutes, dude. I'm pretty sure it's like 5 minutes. Yeah, you have 20 CS at like 5:30 minutes on Orianna. She has 10. She has 10.
Yes, of course she has 10. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
But you also saw how the game played out, right?
Exactly.
So.
And this the reason why the game played out like this is because you're committing to fights which you don't have to. Right?
Okay.
So, like,
anyway,
yeah?
Orianna early is pretty shitty anyway, right?
It's not
You're
it's not too bad. It's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad, but you are not as useful as a Camille
Of course.
in those fights.
Because Camille's AD. Like, oh my god, like this was the fucking amazing. Like, you got out and you walked back there, and I'm like, look
Because
at
his
this.
Alistair just engaged on him.
Yeah, but you don't have to. You don't have to walk up.
Okay.
You don't have to, right? You don't have to walk into the range of Camille to let her auto you. Like this was okay. Fine, like this here, kind of unavoidable, right? Kind of unavoidable because you already walked up. So this is unavoidable. But what happened next? You could have 100% not die here for sure.
Yeah, I see.
100%. Now you're in a really shitty place because look at the wave. And the funny part is you're kind of saved by them because they pushed the wave back. Like, yeah, this was pretty bad because now the wave is kind of fucked. And wait, do you die here again? Oh no, you didn't.
I do nothing.
No,
I
you
want to
died here
kill
again.
her.
No, you died here
Nah.
again because you TP'd
Nah.
back.
I didn't die here.
Yes,
think I just push.
you definitely died here again.
Yeah, but later, right? Later.
It's the same thing, right? The result is still the
Uh,
same. You basically
yeah,
die here
I
the
know,
moment after you TP back in the lane, and this happened because, one
yeah,
can
but
argue you
who
died
the
here.
fuck can think about that? Who would ever think about them actually being able to do that?
Master players would.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, and if you want to hit
But
masters,
it's so hard.
I know it is fucking like people like meme about this a lot. Like oh, you know, like getting masters is not hard. Getting NA challenger is not hard. NA is a fucking wildcard region, but if you really think about it, there are some really good players that will punish you 100% of the time. Like some games, yeah, you could get like 19-3, and like you're like, oh man, I feel like I'm the fucking best mid laner in the world. But like when this kind of shit happens, like you have to think like, oh fuck, this shouldn't happen if I'm trying to hit masters.
Okay, so what are you saying? You're saying my problem is that I just do not think
You're playing
enough about.
you're
Okay.
playing very instinctively. You're
Okay.
autopiloting a lot.
Okay.
From what I'm seeing.
I see. I agree with that. I actually agree with that. But how the hell can I fix it?
You need to. I think one thing you need to really do is that you have to slow the game down. You have to slow the game down because what you're doing, like this whole game, what you're trying to do, okay, you're trying to look for something to do. Think about it. The Orianna outs, the roams, like this whole game, you're trying to say, hey, I want to do something.
Okay, so basically,
it's not wrong to want to be proactive, but you
but
really need to
maybe
put
not
thought.
on. Okay, maybe not on Orianna, right?
Kinda because
Or like
Orianna again.
just Orianna wants to have like a slower game, right? And I'm
Orianna excels better at slower. She doesn't necessarily want slower games, but she excels better at slower games. She's not okay. What if I say this, right? Let's say let's see, what else do you play? Let's say you play
Syndra, Echo, Kiana.
okay, let's say Kiana, right? Let's say you play is this no this
Yeah, she's also one of my best champs, not gonna lie.
Yeah, so let's say you're playing like Kiana, right? Obviously, okay, if I'm playing Kiana, I want something to happen on the map. Right? Because you're Kiana, you have to make something happen on the map. But if you're Orianna, you're fine with just being in lane. You're fine with just getting 3 items or waiting to get 3 items. You're fine with just having a higher CS lead enemy. You're fine with all that. What you're not fine with is dying in lane over and over again. That's really bad when you're Orianna or when you're any like control mage.
Okay.
Like I can assume like this game was probably also the same where you try to make something happen because your team is like, hey, come to help us, and you completely you disregard your lane and you help them, and maybe it works out, and then your lane is not punished. But when it doesn't work out, then you're just like, man, I should not have helped my team. But
Yeah, this game was actually a clash game, so
yeah,
whatever.
I know, but like I'm saying based on the scoreline. Like,
yeah, probably.
Right. Like hindsight 2020 when you say like, oh, I shouldn't have rolled, but before you say that, you have to. I mean, again, this comes with experience. Obviously, like when you get punished like this, you should learn to not get punished like this. And like, dude, they could have just froze this, and you would have just like this game would have been done for you. Okay,
Yeah,
27 CS.
I had no clue why the fuck they didn't freeze it.
27
Like,
CS.
is they actually backed here?
Yeah,
Would have been so good.
they shoved back. They shoved back, and they didn't shove back completely. That's the best part. Dude, you have 27 CS at 7 minutes. Like I don't.
So does Camille.
I know, but you shouldn't like you know. I mean, Camille's bad, right? The only reason why she won this is because you kind of sabotage yourself. Kinda. Right here, you could have thinned out the wave a bit. You don't have to pull this too big a wave. You can take damage, but you're like right here. You're taking a bit too much. Not gonna lie. But yeah, like you shouldn't be like, oh wait, I have 27, but like so does Camille. But that shouldn't be the case if you're trying to climb to at least masters, right?
So play more for lane, play smarter.
Yes,
guess.
at least for solo queue. Like for Clash, whatever, like it depends on what your team is trying to achieve. But for at least for solo queue, who's the only person you can rely?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
If I'm
right.
strong, I have so
If
much better chances to win than let's
exactly.
say if my bot lane is strong.
Yeah, exactly. If you're strong, okay, I can call the shots. But if you're weak, what shots are you calling here? You know?
Yeah.
Like that out was kind of necessary too. I understand the intention of out. You want to try to pour in the turret, and you want to maybe like get some damage offer. But you know you could like it. Imagine if you have out here instead. But obviously, like it's unfair for me to say that because you wouldn't know that Kindred would be committing to this gank. So like, and like it's not just this out like here. There's also like the out at bot side where like you out the Karthus.
I feel like I missed so many ults.
Yeah, for sure, because you're not holding them. You're not holding them long enough. You're just using them when you see the opportunity. Like the moment you see it, you're like, I should use it here, and you immediately go for it. Obviously, there are some cases where like this case here, the one where you almost pop 4. Like obviously this close case here, I can't find it, but it was like around here. Obviously, like okay, this was fine because like they were all stuck together, so this was instantly 4-man, flash 4-man, or like not flash, like 4-man ulti for sure, right? It instantly clicks. But like for places like this, fuck, there's like bot site. Yeah, like around here. For places like this, what's the point of ulting here? Like I get it. You want to catch him, and you want your kindred to help you finish it up, because he's closer to your kindred. But look at your team. It's also right here. You're not realistically.
Would not done anything.
What's that?
It would not have done anything. The ulti.
It wouldn't have
Would have been
anything.
useless.
Yeah, it wouldn't have done anything too significant.
Okay.
Like if they're diving you, that's another case. If they're diving you, then okay, sure, fuck it, out it. But if they're not literally. Well, I can't really use it as an example because it's not really too accurate. But I was gonna say like if they're not literally just knifing your throat, you can hold it for a bit longer. It's a pretty bad example, but the point I'm trying to get to is that try to be a bit more patient with Orianna.
Yeah, and I know what you mean. Okay.
Yeah.
So many bad ults this game, but it's not. Yeah, it's often happens when I'm playing Orianna. It's not just this game. I feel my ultis on this champion are really lackluster.
Yeah, and the reason I'm pretty sure part of the reason is because you try to force a lot of engages with your ult, when realistically Orianna's ult should be a fire extinguisher. And what I mean by that, it should be an ult that like says, oh, you're overextending and you're mispositioning. Okay, I'm gonna ult you, and if you have no flash, you die. It can be used as an engage tool, yes, for sure, but imagine the times where if you had ult and they come onto you, and you 5-man or 4-man out them, how much better would that be?
Okay, I see. Yeah.
Like right here, this actually looked pretty good. Oh right, this fight here I actually really want to explain here. This fight here, after like Alistar engage, okay, you can decide 2 things. You have to decide instantly, right? You know you have and this is the information you have, right? Dragon is down. Dragon is yours. Okay, dragon is yours. Camille is right here. Okay. And you and Kaylin is standing right here. Okay. I'm pretty sure this is just an inexperience, but when this happens, you need to immediately think, okay, what are we fighting for exactly? Like, is there even a point to fight this?
The thing is, I know there's no point in fighting this, right? But my team is fighting. That's the. Like, my team is hard committing to this.
Yeah,
and
but
I can't just say, yeah, peace out. I let all of you die.
Obviously, you don't have to say, like, fuck you guys, I'm out. Obviously not, but, like, you can just test the waters. You don't have to hard commit. You know that what I wanted you to do actually was actually put a pink here earlier because you were walking down here. So I actually want you to put a pink here, so you can confirm whether it's Camille is there. But without this pink, you can kind of just guess Camille is right here.
Yeah, and I knew Camille was there, right? I
Right.
actually knew it.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I can also not stay where I am right now, because if I stay here, Elise will not Elise.
Warren?
Camille will just hookshot the
Oh,
wall next to
Elise.
me and engage on me.
Yeah. But what you did next was also kind of the same, or like the end result was the same, where you flashed into 3 of them.
Yeah, but how? I flashed a hookshot.
You
Where
flashed.
should I have gone? Like, what should I have done in this case?
This
What
is
would you have done?
I would
Like,
actually
let's
not
say
join the
this.
fight.
Okay,
I
so
would-
you would have.
I would have just said like, oh, we got a dragon. There's no point in hard committing for this. I would either So after this, I'm like, okay, there's dragons down. There's no point to fight this. But if my team wants to fight, I can see if we can get anyone caught. My thought process would be, okay, I know Camuse's top. I can't walk into them yet. Okay, remember the whole point of saying CC, right? I need to wait until Camille hook shots into someone, then I can go a bit deeper. But before that, I know I can't really hard commit. I say this, but I'm kind of guilty of this sometimes because I kind of bait myself into it. But the point is, Camille is here right now. You and Kaylin, if Camille jumps on both of you, you are hitting Camille. Both of you are hitting Camille. Okay, both of you are hitting Camille. You can just Orianna out to Camille, and that's fine. Because if Camille dies, they don't have their mid laner, and you still have your jungler. Your jungler also has a fire extinguisher with her ult. Right here, I know Camille is topside. I won't instantly run to here. I would actually position my camera on top here a bit as well. Or like right here, so I can see if Camille is coming, or kind of see if Camille is coming. Oh my god, the fucking Kaylin used his net as well. Like after here, like at this point, there is nothing you could have done better. Cause right now, you guys are sandwiched as fucked. You're fucked. There's nothing you could have done.
Yeah. Maybe I could have run into the pit, tanked the hookshot, and
no, you.
Yeah, I should have run into the pit and flashed out.
You got a pretty good
Probably.
ult here, but because like
Yeah, it doesn't matter because the fight was bad
yeah,
in the,
because
to begin with.
fucking Caitlyn just netted in like a
Yeah, I
fucking
guess she
monkey.
tried her best, I guess.
Yeah, like honestly, if Caitlyn dies, it's not really. I don't want to say like it's not really your fault. It's partially your fault because you didn't put a ward there and you didn't like. See that's the thing, right? Like I can't really say it's your fault because Caitlyn netted herself in, and you could have done nothing about that. But at the same time, you could have also put a ward at the banana brush at around river, and also like ping her away. So it's up to you to say like, okay, maybe I could have done something there. But realistically, in that whole scenario, that fight was just dumb. And I get it, like in solo queue, like fight happens all the time. But again, always remember this in your head: result-oriented play. Whereas like out of like, let's not say 100, let's say 10 times that happens, okay? What would be the most consistent result? What's the process of the result? That's really important to think about.
Yeah, okay. I will try to keep this in mind.
Yeah.
And like just not go for those Fiesta fights.
Yeah. Right.
At least if my champion doesn't want Fiesta fights.
Yeah, if your champion wants to play out the game slower, let your champion play out the game slower. Right here, this is actually really dangerous for you. And like this is a very easy fix. Okay, look at this, right? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this part of the map. Right? There's no vision here. There's no vision here. And who's your closest backup? Your closest backup is Alistar. You see tree top. So the only people who can really come to you is Camille and the other guy. And either both of them is good for you to side lane against. Because you can't outpush them in. If you can outpush them in, then it makes sense for you to stay. But if you can't, you really just want to back off early. A whole
Too
reason.
greedy for the wave.
Yeah. Another point where like I can actually talk about this as well. Another point where the reason why you died there is because you pushed this wave. It's kind of my bad for not telling you the game, but like the whole point for you dialing there is because if you didn't push this wave as fast, it would stay here for a bit more, and then like maybe it'll like go up to like right here, and then the next wave will crash, and then you can shove that next wave, and your whole wave will crash without you dying.
Okay. I wasn't even thinking about Camille being there. Like, wasn't even on my mind, to be honest.
I mean, I definitely was. Like, I was like, well, they're not topside, and they just based. Oh, like Camille's not topside, and she just based. She has to be somewhere, like, not with the team. If I see her with the team, then I can go for it. Alternatively, you could just say, okay, I will shove this, but I will wait for my wave to go out first. And if I see Camille, I don't have to walk up to farm. If I don't see Camille and I see her up other than bot side, then I will walk up.
Okay.
But the main point here is that you shouldn't really fast push this. There's no point. You're not going on a hot date yet. Okay. I don't know.
My thinking was they are fighting top, or there is some action top, and I just wanna fast push this wave and the next one, and then TP top.
Yeah, but you can just TP now, or you could just hold the wave. If you want, like, the reason why you want to fast push is you want it to bounce back, right? You want it to bounce back, but you don't want to die. Or you shouldn't die at least. But you didn't achieve either of those because bad wave management, and also you didn't think about the Camille that would come to you that soon. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I don't think there's anything like after that. Like, it was kind of over.
Holy shit! It's 3 a.m. Where you are at?
Oh yeah, for sure. Man,
Fuck! I'm keeping you from sleeping.
Oh no worry, I sleep at like 4 or 5, so it's whatever. I'm just trying to think like if there's anything I can talk about. I think the main points I've talked about it. Like I don't think you have any problems with mechanics. I feel like your mechanics is actually like okay. It's not the best, obviously, right? But I feel like what you really need to work on is you really need to think about how to not fuck yourself, and how to not fuck yourself is by like, okay, look at my wave. Can I roam? Can I not roam? Do I have to roam? Am I a champion that needs to fight early? Am I a champion that strives in chaos, or am I a champion that says, hey, if I hit 3 items and if I just pull a really sick ult, I win. Understand?
Yeah. Basically, slow the game down. Just play for myself.
Slow the game down. Like, aim for consistency. Aim for consistency. One of my mentors that told me about like the difference between a pro player and a challenger player is consistency. If you play with like, I don't know, perks or caps in challenger, you always see that they're always very consistent. I mean, obviously, caps or perks wasn't consistent during their last match against Fnatic, but it happens.
Guess that happens.
Yeah, it happens, right? But like in solo queue, aim for consistency, and I promise you will surely climb. Being consistent at the game is much better than being able to pull off flashy plays, like 5 out of 10 times.
But that's easier said than done.
Of course.
That's why it's so hard for me to be consistent.
Of course. That's why coaching exists, VOD review exists. A lot of things. There's a lot. We're in a period where like it's very easy to get resources to improve at the game. But ultimately, it does depend on you on how you play to climb the game. You could just play tank fiddlesticks and climb, like how I'm doing it right now. Or you could just say I want to be like a really good, or I want to be like at least a master Orianna and climb the game.
Yeah, and all that is consistency, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's also really hard to like find my own mistakes when I'm watch reviewing. When I'm just watching my own games, I have a hard time actually seeing what I did wrong. And I have even if I find something that I did wrong, I have a much harder time to actually apply it like in the next game. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. That's why you set goals for yourself. It's really important to set goals whenever you're playing the game, so you learn better.
Make a goal like let's
to make a
not
go.
just
Yeah, to make a habit stay.
die stupidly in a side lane or something.
It could be like wave management or CSing. It could be very simple. It could be like I want to have at least have 8 CS per minute, and how do I do that? And the layers on how to do that. What I mean by layers, like, okay, how to have 9 CS, 9 CS per minute. Freeze when I need to, push when I have to. Right, those are conditions, right? How to have CS? Do I need to roam? Will roam, like, does this roam fuck my CS? Or it could be like not to die, like not dying more than 2 or 3 times in lane, right? And then what's the layers to those? Like, okay, how to ward properly, how to play against the enemy jungler, how to play against this specific type of jungler, right? Which pockets should I be holding? Like a lot of these goals will intertwine, but because you have a specific goal, it's much easier than saying like, oh, I want to become a good millionaire. Yeah, how do you become a good millionaire? By having these goals stuck as habits. Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, I get what you mean. It's just so hard to actually always do the right thing.
You
So often that it gets a habit.
you don't have to always do the right thing, because it's impossible. Like I can't stress to tell you that it's impossible to be the perfect laner, because even like people like Dopa or like Faker fuck up, or Closer fuck up, right? Even Chovy, who is like an astounding mid laner, even like Perks, sometimes he fucks up, or Caps. But what
Who doesn't?
yeah,
Who
exactly.
doesn't fuck up a showmaker?
Yeah, well, Showmaker's on another level, but the point is, like, also this was like by the time like Orange Flash, you should know this was over. But the point I'm trying to make here is just work on one thing at a time, and by the time it becomes habit, move on to the next. So it's much easier.
Okay, I see your point.
Yeah, because
What would you say are like things for me to focus on in the next few games?
right now,
If you had to give me a goal.
fucking CSing, because your CSing is horrible. At least for this game. At least for this game. For at least from what I'm seeing.
CS things in terms of actually last hitting or
Like actually getting good numbers of CS. Because if you told me that you've hit Diamond 1 before, it should not be a problem for you to get like 8 to 9 CS per minute. Like
just I abused Renekton. I won every lane and had perfect CS in those games.
Oh yeah, sure.
And then I stopped playing him. And yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, one trick is always a really easy way to climb. One trick is always a very easy way to climb because you're very familiar with the champion. The thing with fuck, what was I gonna say? The thing with like, oh my god, the way you die here was fucking funny. Anyways, one trick is always very easy to climb because you understand how your champion works, so you can actually
don't need to focus on any mechanics or something.
Yeah, you don't have to focus too much on learning the champion because you already learned the champion. But I believe with Orianna, I don't think it'll take too much for you to CS properly, because Orianna has pretty good CSing patterns. Right? Q, W, E, Q, done. So yeah, I believe work on CS first, okay, and by extension, how to not fuck up your CS. This TP here was good because again you cut them from actually running away. But maybe the enemy would have been run away anyways. But still, I believe it's a good TP. Because you don't lose anything anyways. Because you're gonna go walk back to base anyways. Walk back to lane anyways. So is there anything else I can help you with?
Right now, not really. This coaching session actually lasted for 2 hours now.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna just make this into a 2-parter because I don't know how to upload this into YouTube without making it too fucking long. But it's fine, I have the time, and if you're willing to listen, I don't mind just going on for a bit.
But yeah, I actually really like this coaching session and actually really like your style of coaching.
Yeah, that's good.
I feel like this is really cool. So would you actually be willing like to do it again?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm doing the whole like September month thing. I'll just stop the recording for now because I'm recording like way too long. Okay, I already stopped. Hey, are you coaching trying to watch chat comments sometimes? Oh shit. Oh well. I don't know if
Did you
noticed.
miss chat?
Yeah, I missed chat. I was like so
Oh
focused.
no.
I don't know if Rexo is still here. Yes, I'm still coaching. Well, anyways,
This poor guy.
fuck this. Yeah, this fucking poor dude. What was I saying? What was the train of thought? But yeah, like I don't mind like doing like long, coaching sessions or like, what's the word? Weekly coaching sessions or like bi-weekly coaching sessions. But that's up to the client.
Yeah,
I'm
I
doing.
actually would definitely go for weekly coaching sessions if that's fine for you.
Yeah. Like right now I'm doing this first session for free because I'm like in the spirit of September or giving back to the community. I'll just do it for free. But just keep in mind like any additional ones will be charged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had 10 euros
Yeah,
or
dude, it's just,
right or
it's like
$10
10
or
USD.
whatever.
$10, dude. $10 for a coaching session. Jesus Christ, dude. Like people like fucking. Okay, that's just me being like I just charge really cheaply because I don't really want to charge too much.
Yeah, I feel like if you have like the audience, I guess you can charge more.
Sure, but I don't feel like I am in a position where I should charge a lot because mainly I don't feel like I am that good. Although I feel like I explain a lot of things. But maybe in the future I will charge more. So people who are watching right now, $10 per session is pretty good. Not gonna lie. Also, it's free, so
Yeah, definitely. $10 is fine.
okay.
Would
But yeah,
actually do like weekly coaching sessions for $10.
yeah, for sure. Just DM me, and we'll see what we can do with it. And yeah, I'll be more than happy to work with you if you want a session. This community is hard inted there actually. Um,
Camille wasn't too good.
yeah, exactly.
After all, like she wasn't the best player, right?
She is not good. She is not good. You're
She
just
made so many mistakes,
yes,
and for
you are
some
just
reason she manages
yes,
to get 90% win rate.
yes, you are just outplaying yourself. You are outplaying
Oof.
yourself in this game. You're joining fights where you should be joining. But yeah, we already spoke about that. So yeah, if there's no questions, then I'll just end the call. And
Yeah, sure, man. It was a pleasure.
yeah, for sure.
I had a good time.
If you want like future sessions, you know where to find me. I'm always on my Discord.
Sure.
Okay.
I will definitely write you.
Mhm.
So have a good evening. See ya,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, you too.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.